The Education Department is giving up some of its massive student loan portfolio as President Trump looks to phase out the department entirely. The Treasury will now step in to handle loan collections and help borrowers in default get back into repayment. It's a move many say is long overdue, with student loan debt now standing at $1.7 trillion and only 40% actually repaying on their loans and a quarter in default. Education Secretary Linda McMahon says this partnership is a must.
This agreement that we have signed with Treasury is really a great co-administrative program between Ed and Treasury for loan collection. The Biden administration absolutely continued to confuse it. And so what we had is a whole system of people not repaying their loans. So now we need to get back into the business of collecting the money that is owed, to the taxpayers of the federal government. And this is going to be an incredible partnership.
I like moving this stuff out of the Department of Education to places where it should happen. And I like shutting down that department, Marcus. A lot of people fighting it right now, including Senator Warren. What do you think about all that's happening here?
When you borrow money from a bank and you struggle to pay it back, you go into what's called the workout department, which is essentially the wind down department. Now, Linda is playing wind down of the Education Department. But if I'm a borrower of a student loan today and I see it moving to the Treasury Department, I'm frightened. Yeah. Because I know that collection, it's good because you should pay your debts. It's bad if you don't have the money. But this idea, she said, well, we want to get people back on track to pay, is the same as saying, you owe money to the IRS, we're going to get on a payment schedule. Yeah. And if you don't, we're going to file judgments and liens and everything else. And so when the Treasury Department gets involved, it's essentially saying, we're going to get our money one way or the other.
Yeah, we're getting serious about you. We are serious. Money back. Caroline, I mean, young borrowers got a lot of promises from Biden that they'd never have to do it again. It looks to me like Trump is saying, you're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, and student loan debt forgiveness, that was illegal. So I'm really glad that that didn't happen because it was legitimately unconstitutional. But nonetheless, the student loan crisis persists, or it persists in the sense that a lot of young, impressionable people are being kind of persuaded into pursuing degrees with no industrial value whatsoever, and they're taking on a boatload of debt because of that exorbitant tuition. But what I'll say is that every Republican candidate, presidential figure since 1980 has promised to either shrink or abolish the Department of Education. Nobody's done it. Trump is the first one to take a real stab at this. And I think what his advisors are telling him is that you got to break it down piece by piece. And there are three main areas of the Department of Education. The first one is student loans, and you got to offload those. I'd prefer if they were privatized, not even the Treasury, but literally give them to an independent entity, because it is responsible for so much of the administrative bloat at the Department of Education. But I think, to Marcus's point, the Treasury, if it actually helps with more accountability, with paying off the installments.
You know who that independent entity should be? The school itself.
Yeah.
Right? If I want to go to Harvard, Harvard can give me a loan, because then when Harvard jacks up their tuition rates, they're responsible for me either not being able to repay that loan, or they'll do a better job at giving me a degree that enables me to pay back that loan. Why is it centralized at the federal government? I mean, I know, because you have to back it up, because borrowing costs. But in theory, can't we come up with something more innovative?
Especially if you have big endowments that have enough cash to actually float it.
Do you think the non-paying loans are mostly at places like Harvard, though? No. I don't think so. They're probably at, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done the analysis.
University of Minnesota,
it's not going to be, maybe University of Minnesota. But then it becomes a taxpayer issue, because now you're talking about a state school and not a private school. So I don't know. I mean, I like the idea that Jackie going to Treasury basically is saying, we're not playing patty cake here.
No, it's the collection agency.
Yeah, you need to pay on this thing, right?
And when I see this, and I see across the board, whether it's J.D. Vance going after fraud, or anything, any of the other action the administration has taken within all of these various sectors, I say to myself, what are we going to do in 3 years? What are we going to do in 3 years when this sheriff is not here enforcing all of this? It is time for people to pay back their loans. This ridiculous idea of taking a 4-year payment holiday under Joe Biden is absolutely ludicrous on the back of the taxpayers. This is the collection agency, and they're coming after you.
Especially when you reframe your budget without that in your cash flow analysis.
Yeah, exactly.
Carolyn, I do want to unpack something that you said. And I think you slipped it in there, and it felt a little editorial, so I want to challenge you on it, which is people are being roped into going to school, and then once they get roped into going to school, they take on these loans. Can you
Sure,
that a little bit?
So, well, and this is my claim that older generations, well-intentioned, told young people, Gen Z, me included, that it was an absolute prerequisite that you get a college degree to be successful. We are finding out that that is not the case. Trade schools were not recommended to me. I might have considered a vocation. I didn't, because I was told it is a bachelor's degree or you're going to be poor. That is so not true.
Was it your parents or was it employers?
It was parents, schools, aunts and uncles, everybody who's an elder has, and I would argue this is actually very similar to the housing crisis of 2008. Let me explain why. After 2008, what was the assertion? If anyone, everyone should have a house, regardless of credit. Everyone, universal, okay? Same thing with a degree. Get a degree, because otherwise you might be destitute. Even if your skills may not, or your aptitudes may not lend themselves very well to a college degree, there's so many other pathways to achieving the American dream. It doesn't necessarily require something institutional. And I speak from experience because one of my brothers, I'm a triplet, he basically went to community college and then he went right into entrepreneurship. And a lot of Gen Z is very entrepreneurial for this very reason.
Yeah.
Is Marcus trying to get at the point that it's employers who are demanding it, and and employers need to change it?
Yeah, I think employers need to be a little more realistic. The issue for me is, you made a great point about trade schools, and we have a vacuum of not enough plumbers, not enough electricians, because we were told we needed to be accountants and whatever it was. But I think the employers ultimately set the tone too.
Well, but I agree with you that I think the federal government put their thumb on the scale.
Put their thumb on the scale.
They will subsidize you going to college, but if you want to go start a HVAC business out of high school, they're not going to subsidize
Licensing requirements up the wazoo.
Yeah, maybe you get an SBA loan, but you got to pay back.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. But actually, that's been part of the problem.
Maybe.
I want to get to this. Speaking of getting schooled, Gen Z's straight A streak may be costing them big time. New research shows that when teachers hand out easy A grades, students are more likely to skip class, score worse on future tests, and even earn less money later. In fact, this grade inflation could shave more than $200,000 off of high school students' future earnings, or $150 a year for each letter grade nudged up. Okay, I don't know about that last part, but that $200,000 caught my attention.
And why is that, do we think?
Well, what do you
because
think?
you're less willing to show, because working for the A gives you the skills to learn how to show up and participate.
It's a participation trophy.
So when I get a participation trophy,
Grades.
I don't know how to show up and do the hard work.
Also, you don't know what you don't know. And part of, getting a bad grade, and I've only had a handful, I admit, in the course of my life.
Well, perfect Jackie would never
That
get
was an A- for her, by the way. She got an A-.
That it happened, it motivated me to work even harder, to go for extra help, to try to cross that finish line, because I wanted to do it for myself, to feel a sense of accomplishment. If these kids are not meeting the bar, whatever it is, and they're getting an A anyway, they get no sense of that. The one thing I always give Joe Biden is when he said, having a job is part of your identity and your backbone. People want to achieve and strive. Now, he was talking out of both sides of his mouth, because he would say his father said that and then his policies were very anti. But that is true. I do believe that still today, and people want to work hard and achieve. That is built into human nature. It's part of our DNA.
Can I defend Zoomers again real quick for a second?
Yes.
It is absolutely true that parents included and the kids will lobby the teacher, the administrators, to get the A if they got the C, or else, oh my gosh, I'm going to jump off a cliff. My life is over. I've seen it firsthand. I didn't graduate that long ago. However, kids will accept the grade you give them if you are firm and you put your foot down. So it's up to courageous professors and administrators to say, no, this is what you get, because you're going to water down our academic standards, and then you'll be kind of at a disadvantage in the working world. Here's one remedy, though, I'd suggest if apparently these administrations don't want to take that stand: exit exams. That can work with companies to prove that these kids genuinely are showing academic proficiency.
Can I hear from the professor? Because, I'm sure you would have given me a D.
Oh, that's generous.
Yeah, I know.
No,
You seem like a nice grader.
You know what?
firm standard.
I was
14 years
kind
you
of
did it, right?
firm, and I gave a speech. I had many students come to me and they'd want to argue a grade, and I would say the grade is a grade. And what I would say to them is something like you said. So you must have had somebody speak this to you. I said, your grade will matter a little bit when you try to get your first job. After that, nobody is ever going to care again. But what is going to matter is your approach to dealing with adversity and failure. And if you do that right now, you'll build a habit. Right? That's a winning speech. You know, the kid would get it, but they'd have to go answer to mom and dad.
Yeah.
And mom and dad, because they're putting up a lot of money, would say, I just want the A. And so there was that perverse incentive to want the A. But the real learning, actually, you know this as a business owner, if you can get back up off the mat, when you're knocked down.
But work harder to get the A. The A is still ahead of you, and it's still out there, was what you were telling them.
Not as anything else, but as a teacher.
No,
for sure.
you'd be a great student. And receive the feedback.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to push away the feedback and give me the A, and it's like, no, the value is not the grade.
It's the feedback.
It's the feedback I'm giving you. That's the thing that's going to develop you. All right, professor, time over.